Entering weekly strategy pop-up. You have not finished up. Entering preseason week 2 screen. Defend outside run. Entering preseason player health. Choose defensive gun plan. Focus is selected. Throw it short. Blitz counter. Run inside. Entering preseason week 2 screen. Entering weekly strategy preseason week 2 screen. You have 4 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Entering franchise hub screen home. Manage play preseason game is selected. Play preseason. You have 4 options. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Cleveland Browns, the home team, are selected. Entering franchise hub screen home. Advanced play home. You have 4. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Cleveland Browns, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Eagles and the Browns coming up next.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's the second week of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got 1 game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Entering franchise screen. You have 7 options. Resume is selected. Entering play call. Special teams. We have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson makes his return to the NFL gridiron this season after holding out for the entirety of 2021 and being traded from Houston. The Cleveland Browns, they made a big investment not only to bring him in, but to give him by far the most guaranteed money in NFL history. If Watson remains the same player he was in Houston, though, a three-time Pro Bowler and one of the game's biggest playmakers, he may finally solve a decades-long search for Cleveland's franchise quarterback.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, it's hard to corral.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Inside zone is selected. Cross cutting.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Got a man, it's Brown. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. Able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy. You understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
That opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they
blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. On 1st down, Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now it's McNabb. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Triangle button.
Now they'll run on the draw. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They called a draw there on 1st down, but give the defense a lot of credit. They limited the gain and helped tough up the middle. For the offense, they still set up 2nd and manageable.
And some space here. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
They really need to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
These two teams all tied after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's Watson. Throw left side, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Entering play call, special teams, who have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Graham, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. When you think you want to be an NFL quarterback? And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Second down, McNabb. This is intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing.
And call timeout. Challenge play. Coaching. Options. Pop-up menu. You have 2 options. Settings is selected. Coaching. Resume. 14. Entering play call. Special teams.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 139 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, McNabb. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. McNabb.
Circle button.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, preseason's time to work it out in the Kings, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Angle curls is selected. Square button. R1 button.
From the gun, here's McNabb. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Flat. Angle curls. Flat. Post wave red.
For the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Here's McNabb. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there. That's batted down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. And they did a nice job stopping it behind the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle to Smith. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
That was a nicely run slant. What the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Entering play call, coach suggests pick FG kicker, AHB dive.
Going for it with Sanders. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they've had their way running the football, well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
Defend deep pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make...
Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected.
been a closely fought battle to this point. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Red option is selected.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Again, a run with Gainwell.
Cross button.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll try and run for it with Gainwell. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
There are 9 Y corner.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with Wolfbrook.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And entering franchise screen, you have 8 options. Resume is selected. Instant replay. Resume.
Relaxing deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. This is caught. It's Dearness Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you got everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Felton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's got it to about the 40.
Entering play call.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, Felton, a yard in the wrong direction, makes 3rd down tougher, 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of return man's hands, and you pin them inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A man who played collegiately in the Buckeye State, it's Trey Sermon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And this is Gainwell. And some room to maneuver. Shoves him away. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9
Elliott on for the extra point.
15 options. That attempt is selected.
And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Entering play
The last series for a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Cross-cutting.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles offense returns to the fold, and we get a closer peek at Kenneth Gainwell. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
That's a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
And it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 135 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a 2-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter, everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on 1st down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. Inside zone split is selected.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone split is selected.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long. He's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Throwing is Hurts. Caught by Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Coach suggestions.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Gainwell again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Gainwell. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 18 yards is selected.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And the lead will hold at 13. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Johnson's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. I guess they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And Bryant's got it over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They go to Johnson again. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Brissett now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Yeah, carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
And here's a handoff to Gainwell.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Chuck. Red option. Stick. Inside zone.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Circle button.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
After reviewing play.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. On the handoff, Gainwell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
They'll run here with Gainwell.
Triangle button.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
There are 9 categories. You have 6 options. Red option is selected.
Game in hand. The offense takes the knee.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
Second and 11 at the 41.
To protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On third down, it's Gainwell.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out. Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Ready?
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades screen, Josh Sweat is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Entering franchise hub screen, home. News. Top stories. Eagles over Browns on the road. Texans add RG Kyle Long. MLB Anthony Hitchens added by Texans. Destination Atlanta for SS Landon Collin. 49ers make it official with RG Darrell Williams. Destination Denver for MLB Joe Schobert. Home, you have 6. Advance week is view. Manage. Home, you have 4 options. Franchise staff is selected.
Welcome to your franchise
management
staff.
screen. You have
Here
4
you find
options.
the right
You have
coaches
2
to hire
options.
for your
View
staff.
talent tree is selected. Entering franchise hub screen, home. Advance week is selected. Home, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. News. Top stories. Jaguars Inc. deal. Reed headed to Texans. Jaguars Inc. deal with SS Bradley McDougald. Contract agreed upon by MLB Jamie Collins SR, Falcons. Reactions. Matthew. Bucky Brooks at BBROOKSEA. Charles Davis at CDAVISEA. Diana Rossini at Drussini. Bucky Brooks. Charles. Diane. Bucky Brooks. Ross Tuck. Jonathan. Bucky Brooks at BBROOK. Home, you have 7 options. Weekly. Man. Play preseason game is selected. Advanced. Managed. We trade offers is selected. News reactions. League entering. News screen. Option. League entering. Options screen. Rushing leaders. Receiving leaders. Tackle leaders. Interception. Tackle. Passing leaders. Stats X. League transactions. Generic list item. Generic list item. Generic list item. Generic list. Generic list item. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen. News reactions. Hyung you have 7 up. News. Hyung you. News. Top stories. Last week. Archive. Career day on the ground for Ramondre Stevenson. Eagles lose 3-2, 2-9 to Jets. A Bengal turn down 3-peat for the MVP. Coach the quarterback shuffle. The final chapter. Coaching carousel. 3-peat for the MVP. Turn down for what? Big names, new places. College connection reunited. Comeback candidates. JT is bringing rushing back. Can he do it again? Miami Speed Machine. Bengals, oh so close. Draft. Latest. Last week. Latest. Hyung you have play preseason game is selected. Advance week. Play preseason game is selected. Entering weekly strategy pop-up. You have not finished up. Entering preseason week 3 screen. Defend outside run. Entering preseason week 3 screen. Defend short pass. Entering preseason week 3 screen. Entering preseason week 3 screen. Entering weekly strategy preseason week 3 screen. You have 4 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Entering franchise hub screen home. News. Home you have a play preseason game. Home you have 4 options. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Miami Dolphins, the home team, are selected. Ready.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A 4th exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Eagles and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
from beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Entering play call screen.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua's a starter and Miami's a team. Both have winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Entering play call. Coach Nicholas free.
Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Circle button. Cross button.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Predictions. Zone pick channel selected.
4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Right back to him on 1st down. He's got it to the 43 here.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
26 selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 37. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here in 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
R1 button. Triangle
Now
button.
McNabb. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Entering play call, Y shallow cross.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Square button.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla. Defenses, looking for guys that play over the band. They just go out and make plays. And kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Mostert. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Entering play
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. To try again after the sack. Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From midfield, here's Tua. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. RPO zone slant peak is selected. Cross button.
McNabb to throw.
Triangle button.
Got him in. It's Brown.
So
he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down.
Categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Options. Inside zone is selected.
Okay, ready?
Cross button. Circle button.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try to push it downfield, try to fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer. But I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple. Long drives with points. That's what the we should have done better there.
Field goals, all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Take it in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work with those defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving them enough increase to run to. That's a nice job to hold him just a couple of 4th and 3rd down.
They go play action. It's McNabb. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Categories. You have predictions. 26 lowly selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Pushing forward for 3 after the 40. The offense on 3rd down the line. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's McNabb. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. McNabb.
Circle button.
Flushed out right.
Cross button.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you're going to see is the rookie tight end is real concentration when the ball's in the air. I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's McNabb. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Marcus Epps there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and that's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HD slip screen is selected.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure on him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on his team.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
15 options, empty selected.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. On the right side open is Gesicki. On the move past the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Tua now on 1st down. Open man downfield is Hill. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? That flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first three, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. Inside zone is selected.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. This second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon God.
Defend geek pass.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Triangle button.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. Inside zone is selected. Triangle
second
button.
down, McNabb.
R1 button. R1 button.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A
nice job of hiding him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Entering franchise screen, you have 8 options. Resume is selected.
completion. They'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Cross button. Cross button. R1 button.
To
R1
throw,
button.
McNabb.
R1 button. R1 button. Square button.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
79 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll break the hull and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
R1 button.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Jake Elliott, career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and the lead will hold at 10.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, obviously, red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
Tua now on first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check right. Check pink.
Tua gonna throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 21. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. Boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Dolphins. Trent Sherfield, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets him right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a further drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options, while a red option is selected.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And the defense closes quickly there. And they'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
So pass interference to call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
108 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Second and 8 coming up.
HB zone WK is selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. While that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Circle button.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Elliott now to have the extra point.
You have 15 options. That event is selected.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25. A touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Bridgewater to throw it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now the second-year man, here's Kenneth Gainwell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Eric Ezekama, the one he was looking for.
And it's 3rd and 5.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jordan Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll get this one to Ezekama.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Categories with 3 actions inside zone is selected.
Again, a run with Gainwell. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the lead will hold at 13.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Pass complete, Ezekama with it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 44, Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Cross-cutting.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they have the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 6 options. Red option is selected.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades screen, you have 3 options. Top, you have 6 options. Overview, rating, health, ratings, overview, upgrade, power, pass protector. You have 5 options. Overview. Entering screen, weekly goal. Entering player upgrades screen, you have 2 options. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Pass protector. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Zone. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. View index goals. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. News. Top stories. Eagles beat Dolphins 2-3-1-0. Reed headed to Texans. Newest CB in Houston, Yanris Jenkins. Jaguars Inc. deal with SS Bradley McDougall. Contract agreed upon by MLB Jamie Collins SR, Falcons. 117 yards from Waters in win over Dolphins. Home, you have 7 options. Manage. View box score. Advance week is selected. Home, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Manage staff is selected. Home you have 4 options. Franchise staff is selected. Entering staff management screen you have 4 options. You have 2 options. View. Fire Nick Sirianni. You have 2 options. View talent tree is selected. You have 2 options. View talent tree is selected.
Staff points can be used across all of your staff characters. To access talents down a tree, you must purchase at least 1 tier of the talents above them. When you have enough staff points, you can begin purchasing talents or special skills that will improve your team on or off the field. To see what effect each talent has, highlight it on the talent tree. The panel will also show whether a talent is available for purchase. Some talent trees make you select a path to follow to build your character. Upon purchasing one of these talents, the opposite path will be locked, so choose wisely.
Zero second. 0 first. 0 second. 0 first. 0 first. 0 second. 0 second. 0 second. 0 second. 1/1. Entering staff man. You have 2 options. View talent tree is selected. 0 first. 0 second. Entering staff management screen you have 4 options. You have 2 options. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home.
Easily
Entering
see how
cut
many
7
players
players
you
screen
need to
you
cut
have
this
13
week.
options. You have 2 options. Cut player is selected.
Here are some recommendations to get you started.
Cut player is selected. Enter. Yes. You have 3 options. Cut player is selected. You have 2 options. Cut player is selected. You have 2 options. You have 3 options. Cut player is selected. You have 3 options. You have 2 options. Cut player is selected. Entering. Yes. You have 3 options. You have 3 options. Cut player is selected. You have 3 options. Cut player is selected. You have 3 options. Cut player is selected. You have 2 options. Cut player is selected. You have 2 options. Cut player. You have 3 options. Cut player is select. And yes. You have 2 options. Cut player is selected. And yes. You have 3 options. Cut player is select. Move to practice squad. Move to practice squad. You have three options. You move to practice squad. You have move to practice squad. Cut. You have three options. Move to practice squad. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. News. Top stories. Legendary cut. Stunner. One-year agreement brings cold MLBLJ for added by Bears. Patriots snag CB Malcolm Butler off market. Hyung you have advance week is selected. Hyung you have two options. Next week is selected. Entering, choose a draft class pop-up. Madden shared draft classes have been created and shared by the community, while auto-generated classes will give you the most balanced experience. Using a downloaded or imported class will use prospect storylines. Yo. Entering, choose a download from Madden Share. Import local file. Deep auto-generated rookies. Press cross button to continue. Entering entering franchise hub screen home. Weekly strat hire and assign scouts is selected. Entering scouting assignments. Marcus. Gen. Steven. Mark. Gen. Entering confirm action pop-up. Which region would you? Southeast with value. Northeast with value 0 selected. Marcus. Gen. J. Entering national with value 4 selected. Entering southeast with value 1 selected. Marcus. Entering confirm west with value 3 selected. Marcus. Jimmy. Entering confirm action pop-up. Which region would you like to? Mark. Jimmy. Prospects. Entering prospects screen 1 Sheriff McLaughlin QB project. H F W R T L T L G C R R L Ray D T. Entering prospect card screen for player Alex Ricard. Physicals. Skills. Scouting report. Entering prospects screen 1 Alex Ricard TD projection round. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Weekly strategy is selected. Hire and assign news. Top stories. Buccaneers and Raiders finalize Jacob trade. Prescott and Smith 1 points versus Buccaneers. Bears Inc. contract with WRAJ Green. Las Vegas brings in Randall Cobb on 1-year contract. Cardinals Inc. contract with MLBLJ. 4. Falcons agree to terms with LaCarlos Dunlap II. Newest FS in Los Angeles. Tashawn Gibson SR. Home you have 8 options. Manage staff is selected. Home you have 4 options. Franchise staff is selected. Entering staff management screen you have 4 options. You select game day goal. Entering week schedule. Entering franchise hub screen home.